What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big Boy Talk. As you can see, I got the two best guest hosts in the world with me right here. You know what I'm saying? I got the superfood critic, Mr. Ghost. How you doing, sir? I
Eating
got
good as always.
you know what I'm saying? That's what you do. And I got Mr. J the sixth, the phenomenal one. How you doing down there, sir?
Man, I'm not AJ Styles, but I appreciate the introduction.
Hey, listen,
Hey, you
the
forgot
ladies
ladies love
different.
streamer extraordinaire too.
Hey, the ladies beg to differ. That's all I'm saying. They believe my boy's the man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not-
And who am I to argue? That's all I'm saying. Accept your crown, young king. Accept your crown, fellas. It's been a while. I'm glad to have us all back on the screen again. Feels like home, doesn't it? So let's get into it. Let's talk NFL, and y'all gotta give me your bold predictions for this off season. What you think your team's gonna do? Jay, let's start with you and them Panthers.
Well, first off, I've been stressing it. Everybody's been stressing it. We need a nose tackle, definitely for this Forever Rose 3-4 defense. And today we brought in one of our 30 visits. Yeah, Cam Jackson. Somebody that Reg we talked about in our other video. So we bring him in for a visit. Again, everybody, 6'6", 325 pound nose tackle. Can't pass that. They don't grow on trees like that. So we definitely need to address that first. And there's been some rumors we might trade for DK Metcalf. That would be huge. I don't think it's going to happen. But again, Daniel Morgan said he's going to so gung-ho on bringing, weapons. He wants to be a contender. So we'll see what happens. I think the tampering period or officially starts on Monday. So we'll see.
I'll say this: if you guys go get DK, and y'all do get to draft Cam Jackson, because you absolutely all throughout the draft we were in contact, or the combine we were in contact, and you were just raving over Cam Jackson. You're like, that's the guy I would look at from Carolina, and darn sure they're looking at him. So Carolina, I don't know if y'all listening or not. Give my boy a job because he's on it. All right, that's your lead scout right there. If y'all get DK, I could picture y'all winning that division because you got a good O line in my eyes, right? Yes, you'll need some help defensively, but we've seen that the NFL is kind of in a position where you can make a lot of noise with just a strong offense.
True.
And I can see y'all making a pretty good run, especially adding a guy like DK, and then reassuring the position more in the draft because it's a deep wide receiver class too.
Definitely.
At least in my eyes, it is. Mr. Ghost. Now you the Raven extraordinaire on here. I know we
I
talk
don't know
all the
about
time
that.
too. We talk all the time about them Ravens, what they are or aren't going to do. A bold prediction for something you think they may or may not do this offseason.
First, I'm gonna start off with my next shirt's gonna say "I ride with Lamar." Period.
We all do. We all do.
Ravens are benefiting from drafting him. That's what that is.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think we'll finally go through, and we'll finally get another number two, and we'll have 3 number 2 quality wide receivers because we know they get Lamar a real number 1. With any luck, we get rid of Andrews 15 million or whatever crazy amount of money that he's due to get for 15 drops in the playoffs so far. I mean, it is what that is.
Oh, man. That still hurts, by the way.
But of all things, I think 4 out of 11 of our draft picks will actually be something I won't be mad at.
4 out of 11. That's actually, well, I was going to say that's not bad. And in a way, it's not. Anytime you hit on 4 picks in the draft, that's actually a really good number to hit on because 9 times out of 10, these guys are special teamers, fourth stringers, stuff like that. So
No, I didn't say they'd be
especially when you
good.
get
I
deep.
just said I won't be mad at it.
Oh damn! I'm giving them more credit than they deserve. Then, well, listen.
And the craziest thing, I think we're gonna package some picks and move up for once.
To get who? I like what position?
Something.
Give me a position.
I mean, it might be another punter, but we're gonna package some picks and move up.
Oh God, no! Please don't do that. Don't say that. Don't even speak that into existence. That I promise you, I will jump so far off the Ravens bandwagon. Like I've been a fan since 98, 96. And if you move up and get a punter or a kicker, I'm walking out the door. And a quick shout out to Coach for coming through. And he said, I wish. He wishes we would package them picks and move up. And I don't blame him. I mean, it would be nice to have us move up and grab something we need. But I for some reason I don't see it happening. With the way EDC
Well, we
is
do
talking,
need a kicker.
I think yes, we do. But I think he'll draft one, unfortunately. But I think his plan is to use all 11 picks because the way he sees it, if we could get as many guys as we can to plug and play, or just to plug in general, we can let guys walk to free up more cap space. I think that's his mindset going into the draft and into the offseason. But you mentioned them getting another number 2 wide receiver. Who were you thinking?
I don't know. By the time they do it, it's gonna be the last number 2 wide receiver available. But Harbaugh, if it's a kicker or punter, he's gonna be yelling at just like Kendrick Gill Mustard.
I can see. So I don't even want them to sign a wide receiver, and this is different for me. Over the last few off seasons, I've been screaming, "Go sign a freaking top tier wide receiver." Now I'm saying not to. Go draft a guy. This is a deep enough draft that I think Zay's gonna slowly turn into that number 1, either him or Bateman. Right? They're gonna have to. If not, Lamar's gonna turn him into the number 1 by default. But just give Lamar a bevy of weapons. That's a threat to catch the ball and go deep, and he's a problem. So for me, the main focus is if you can sign offensive line, sign it. Unfortunately, everybody's keeping their O-line or trading them away to other teams. So it looks like signing isn't going to be the option. So now you got to draft them. And Jay knows this. My fear is we go safety in the first round. And as good as he is, I don't care if we have Kyle Hamilton and Nick and Mari in the back of the defense because our quarterback's going to be on his back all the time. We have no left guard. It looked like Ronnie Stanley's going to be out the door because we can't afford him. So they're going to look for Lamar magic again to carry the team. And it's not a good look. What's good? We got Osmond in the building.
What's good, Coach? What's good, Osmond?
I just feel like it's one of those off seasons where we're in a tighter spot than normal. And it's not because you paid your quarterback. That's the guy you're supposed to pay. It's because you paid your linebacker $100 million. He's getting paid 23, and you don't want to pay your left tackle 23 to 25.
Can't they extend both of them and free up cap space?
They can extend and free up cap space, and I'm sure they're probably looking to do it. But if you look at the slow start Roquan had last year, and it's crazy to say it was a slow start because he was still, playing pretty well, but it was a relatively slow start, and he looked out of shape. Another offseason of that, are you really going to want him on your team for much longer? And
he comes back like that, Lamar will kick him off.
I don't know if Lamar has that power, but he does have that say. So he would be the guy to say something like, he would be the guy I would want to say something. Hey, you got to get it together. All right. We need everything possible. And I think he needs to, when you bring up Lamar, he needs to open his mouth more when it comes to, once again, getting them weapons, because the last time he opened his mouth, they went and got at least one of the guys he wanted. Now, it didn't
Well,
work
that's
out.
because he wasn't signing shit until he got what he wanted.
That's true. But if you tell your quarterback, if you go as a quarterback and you say, listen, I'll restructure if you guarantee me you're going to get this guy. Get this guy to
Tom
sign,
Brady
and
did
then
that
I'll
and they didn't do
restructure. Well, no, I'm saying get him to sign first, because I think, and this is my bold prediction for offseason, I think Devontae Adams goes to the Chiefs for $8.5 million on 1 year. That's where I think he's going, because DeAndre Hopkins is going to be out the door. He's a free agent. I don't think they're going to bother bringing him back. And who better to replace him with than Devontae Adams? And then you got Hollywood Brown, Juju, and all those guys. The Chiefs, one thing they love to do is bring in weapons for Pat Mahomes. They will protect him, and they will give him weapons. And you know what I mean? The Eagles just happen to overwhelm him. I think people look at the Eagles in Chiefs Super Bowl and they go, D-line, we need D-line. You seen that pass rush? You seen what they did? But they forget to look at what the Eagles offense had. The Eagles offense was stacked. One of the best O-lines in the league, as well as one of the best running backs in the league, and one of a great core wide receivers. You know what I mean? what more do you want?
Dang.
And then they had Dallas Goedert too at tight end. So that's like a dream team. That's what you have to build if you want to be a Super Bowl champion. And they do it. Howie Roseman, man,
Reg,
I can't praise him enough.
I'm gonna let you finish. Why
Go ahead,
Coach
I was
posted
done.
streaming the promotions? Why Coach posted streaming the promotions and you didn't? You try to sneak one in?
No, so we both know we talked about this prior. I was having some technical difficulties over here. I wasn't sure there was gonna be a stream for a little bit. Okay, I told you knew this already. And
but you could have, when you knew it was what you could have done
it,
right? You see how you
and make sure y'all make sure everybody go subscribe to Coach too. That's great content, fire content every day too. Listen, you know I had some issues for the stream. You know that's why we pushed it back all late. We were supposed to be on darn near an hour ago.
We had some issues. I could get my mic to activate.
Yeah, we had some. You know what I'm saying? This was team issues over here. The only one that came in smooth and okay is Mr. J. He came in, his stuff was working perfectly fine. You can tell we was rookies out here. Couldn't get nothing to work right. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a rookie. I'm a rookie too, though. I'm not allowed to call myself a rookie no more.
Nah,
you're not a rookie. You got the
you done seen your
pro
video
edits and everything.
My video edit's not even that great.
It is. Straight fire.
I still got something to learn.
Mr. Road Pod Mini.
Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
editing connoisseur. He's an editing connoisseur. So what else you got for me? What else you got for me for the off season? Is there any other big names you see moving, or big moves you think can actually move the needle for any team in the league?
Move the needle. Well, Joey Bosa
got us cutting Andrews.
That's a big one. Semi big one. Only because Andrews has been with the team so long, he's consistent in the regular season. But I think everybody outside of the actual organization sees us cutting Mark Andrews, or I should say outside of EDC. So
you get a good wide receiver for his salary.
No, absolutely. I agree. And then Marcus Williams is getting cut as well. So that's going to clear up space as well.
I don't even know why you mentioned that. He ain't even worth talking about.
Well, I'm just saying for the money purposes. Yeah, just till after, I think he's going to be a post June 1st cut. I think.
Whichever one's seeing the most money, I'm down with it.
Now, I think it was Max Crosby post, Aaron Rodgers going to the Raiders will be awesome. I don't agree. I do not agree. Just because I think Aaron Rodgers just needs to hang it up altogether. I think he's washed. I don't think there's much any team could do for him, especially one with an O-line that's struggled like the Raiders O-line. You're going in there, Devontae's not there anymore. Even though he could re-sign, he's a guy that could wait and see, and end up going wherever Aaron goes. But I think Aaron's washed, man. Coach says it right here, washed.
It's been cycle.
I think he's 100%. Yeah, he's 100% washed. I think it's time to hang it up. And you know what he's doing? He's doing what Brett Favre did. He's literally following in Brett Favre's steps, where he just hold on too long at the end of his career. Except I think Brett Favre was a little better than Aaron at the end of their careers. But
Debatable.
it is debatable. It's definitely debatable. But Aaron fell down a rabbit hole. He literally, his talent just disappeared. I don't know.
I mean, I say debatable because they both touch Jets jerseys for some odd reason.
Yes. And the funny thing is, people had him as a possible landing spot for the Vikings next, which is exactly what Brett Favre did. So if he would have did that, then it would have been like, yeah, this is scripted all the way. You wouldn't have been able to fight it. You wouldn't have been able to fight it in that sense. But I think Aaron's washed, and it's time for the NFL to let him go. Let him know. Because even though teams will pick him up just for his name alone and maybe what he could provide as depth and knowledge for the game, but does he want to provide that for somebody? I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
I mean, they wouldn't let Cam stick around and do that, so why let Aaron?
Well, Cam's a whole nother situation, right? Cam really wanted to be the starter. And I'm gonna tell you now.
Cam came out and said
Cam could have started.
He would be second string and he would be third string, but they said
but for the right quarterback. He said for the right quarterback. He wasn't gonna go be a backup to Drayton May or somebody like that. For the right name. Will he back up Lamar? Yes. Will he back up Jaden Daniels after the season he had? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Certain guys, absolutely. He'll go back up Pat Mahomes and guys like that, Josh Allen. But he was not going to come in and back up a guy he knows he should start over. And I agree 100%. Because there was
that's any
could have been a starting quarterback for. And Coach agrees. Cam should have. He should have. Yeah, he could have came in and started. He could come in now and be the freaking starter for the Giants.
Well, he came.
I don't even know.
Times. He black.
Yeah, that's true. I was gonna say that because I was just about to say I don't think they're gonna draft one of the top quarterbacks either. They're gonna end up the team that falls for Jackson Dart. I can guarantee it.
They don't draft colored folk to be QBs.
I see
it. Jackson Dart. You see it, right? It fits. The Ole Miss QB, Eli Manning was an Ole Miss QB. It just fits. It fits.
It's gonna be an Ole Miss because Jackson Dart ain't gonna be him.
He's not looking at them throws he had at the combine. His throws at the combine were very inaccurate.
Look, Brandon bonus. He won't even have to switch color schemes anymore. Not that much.
Exactly. He's just got what is it? Just a brighter blue. That's it.
Pretty much.
It's just a brighter blue. Same color scheme. We got Fears in the building. He
talking about his racist team.
We were just talking about his racist team. But Fears agrees, though. He agrees. Listen, one thing I'll say. For a guy, I've run into a lot of people who are fans of a lot of teams, and most of them don't see the negatives in their own team. He knows and he sees it, but the crazy part of him stays a fan anyway. He knows if that front office doesn't change or ownership doesn't change, the Giants are screwed. But he stays and he supports. I respect that. I respect that 100%. I really do. But if they don't, Jackson Dart, who else? Later in the draft, they could end up with
Ewers.
Ewers. Oh my God. Everybody knows I didn't like Ewers all season long. I kept saying he's suspect. I don't like him. I don't like him.
Like living in Texas, only being maybe an hour away from their stadium. Up close and personal, Ewers has the confidence. It's just the decision maker is not there. He has all the confidence. He has the arm. It's just the decision making at the last very important minute. This man pulls a what's the dude's name? This man pulls a Dak Prescott in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
He just throws that untimely interception for no reason.
Yeah.
He has the most. He has the all the wide receivers with the crackhead speed. No, you just seen Worthy last year. You just seen Matthew Golden. You just hell even Isaiah Bond, even though he fell very short of a 4.1, still ran a 4.41. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Ferris is wild.
Yeah, I was just about to say I see that.
Oh, Jesus,
I was about
Ferris.
to say he fell just short of he's one of those guys that for me he probably looks better because of the receivers he's got. Like you said, he had all the weapons in the world, still somehow threw a stupid pick. But he's one of those guys that benefited from having those weapons. Gotta say what up to my boy D Weezy in the building too. Another Panthers fan. You know what I'm saying? And Fears is out here tripping. That Fears is unfortunate, but I think that's who they're. I've had them drafting Jackson Dart this whole time, and the craziest part is now for some reason. I mean, I don't know about now after the combine, but going into the combine, they had Jackson Dart sneaking into the first round. I don't know how, but they thought he was going to be the third QB. So we'll see. But I've got some great advice for you. Just become a Ravens fan. Although we turn insane too.
He said Shamar Stewart about to become a first round pick for no reason. So hey, anything's possible.
Well, there's a number of guys. Again, there's certain positions that's really deep, right? But you can tell where the talent drop off is. Mm-hmm. As crazy as it sounds, like we love South Carolina's defense. Definitely. And Kennard is you heard me talking to you about Kennard. I've been raving about Kennard, but he's a third round pick. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not like I see him as a first. He's a third round pick to me. And so you see the drop off between him and say a Landon Jackson or whatever. So it's clear. It's like you got this guy. Okay, then a big drop off, but still talent. You know what I mean? So it's going to go from guys that are definite day one starters to guys that can become starters and are role players, and then to guys that are down the line, they can be something, hopefully. But they're all going to be usable. And at least as for me, it's the DBs, the O-line, and probably edge for me. Oh, wide receiver. DB, O-line, edge, wide receiver. Pretty deep in this draft for me. We said Ravens fans to be crying for a cornerback and edge. Only God knows why. Yeah. It's consistently that way for some reason. See, every year, no matter what happens, no matter how we lose, it's always, we got to go get a new edge. We got to go get a new corner. We got to go get a new safety. I think it's drilled into most Ravens fans' heads. Hey, defense first. Defense is what's going to get us over the edge. But we need to shore up the offensive line. We shore up the offensive line.
We need a slot linebacker.
And we add he said a slot linebacker. I'm done. We shore up the O-line, and then we get another weapon for Lamar. And technically, as crazy as that sounds, slot linebacker, we technically have one. And his name is Trenton Simpson.
That's why I said
Trenton Simpson is, and I said this when he was drafted. I like Trenton Simpson, right? He's got all the talent in the world. He's got all the physical. He's a physical specimen, yes. But they're not using him right. And if you're a guy like Trenton who has all this skill, and they're not going to use you right, I'm sorry. Yes, he's young, but I'd say, hey, if you're not going to use me in a proper position, then just let me go. Like, he wasn't in college. His strongest position was never Mike linebacker. That wasn't what he did. He rushed from the edge. He played freaking slot. He played some safety. He was all over the field. And yes, he played a little bit of inside linebacker. Like he played a little bit of the will position, but not as much as edge and out in coverage. And that's what he does strong. And you seen it. When they played him in coverage, he was locking guys down. He was right there. So you see the talent's there. He rushes from the edge. You see how fast he can get in the backfield. He knows how to set an edge. The weakness, again, is having him back at that linebacker position because sometimes he's a little impatient and he'll shoot the gap before it really opens. And, that'll cause him to get blocked, and the running back will cut back and go the other way. But he's got the talent. You just got to coach him up and use him right. I can't say it any more than that. There's been a number of guys in Baltimore who suffered from not being put in the right position thanks to coaching. First one that comes to mind, the one y'all all hate, Matt Elam. Yep, I said it. Matt Elam. That man was a strong safety, and they said a box safety at that. And they said, hey, Matt, you the next Ed Reed. Get out there and cover everybody. He was like, what? he was like, what? Who? Y'all want me to do what? They had this man at nickel. They had him at free safety. They had him everywhere except where he was supposed to be in the box. And it ruined his career. The man went downhill from there. Ended up super doo-doo. Trash. See, I knew some people's gonna have a problem with that. Look, coach. Looks at him tripping. Nah, coach. It's facts, coach. They played him in the wrong position. He would have been a lot better if you just play him as box safety. I'm not saying he was an end-all, be-all, great safety. I just thought he was an okay player and an okay pick, and he would have been okay, if he played in the right position. But nah, they had that man out there trying to be Ed Reed. We knew he couldn't do that. EDC's draft picks take time to develop, and when they mature, it's time to move on. Yeah, exactly. EDC, what I like to say is EDC drafts for tomorrow, not now, right? He's drafted for years in the future, but not current time. And that might not even be his fault. That could be all thanks to the way that the head coach's mentality is, because we know John Harbaugh doesn't like to start rookies unless absolutely necessary. So he kind of has to be forced to put a guy out there because he didn't even want to start Nate Wiggins. We drafted Nate Wiggins in the first round, and he was like, yeah, you're going to be cornerback number 4. And then Arthur Mollett went down. A couple other guys went down. He's like, all right, yeah, you up, Rook. So that's just him. He's not going to start a rookie unless he gets pigeonholed into it. So I think EDC's mindset is different now when drafting because of it. I think he looks more towards who's going to be the stars of tomorrow rather than the stars of today, because we know we're not going to let him play. That's just kind of the effect I think it has. It sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it until you get rid of John Harbaugh. And again, I stated this last year.
So with that,
go ahead.
I'm saying with that logic, TJ Tampa gonna be a star this upcoming season.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that's next year.
Not this cup. That's next year. Yeah, next year. Next year, he's gonna be that dude.
2026.
Yeah, he's gonna be that dude.
Okay, so
that's how it goes.
Okay, so my boy Tez Walker from UNC will be a starter in 2026.
Hey,
not a star.
First off,
he's gonna price himself out of Baltimore, as we said.
D Weezy right too. It's time to bring KBK back. You know what I'm saying? You want a lockdown corner? Go get KBK. Bring him back.
Hey, Beezy.
Listen, he can't be no worse than Brandon Stevens. That's all I'm gonna say. He can't be no worse than Brandon Stevens, and he has a better college tape than Brandon Stevens. Just saying.
First of all,
give him a shot.
He's not even allowed to be Brandon no more. It's okay.
I lost you. I lost you.
I said he's not allowed to be called Brandon no more. He can only be called Stevens.
Oh, BS?
Leave the rest of us Brandon out of that hot mess.
Listen, I just call him BS usually. He's a free agent, and unfortunately, it looks like they want to re-sign him. I don't think they will, though.
On a B Stevens, because he don't see shit.
What are your thoughts on Darius Slay? Are you on the bandwagon of bringing in Darius Slay?
If it gets Steven out the door, hell yeah.
I think Darius Slay's gonna end up a Panther. I think he ends up with the Panthers.
Y'all got the cap space.
I know we got
I
the
know he
cap
said he
space,
wants.
but nah.
I think he said he wants to play for a contender.
Exactly.
But
Everybody always saying we want to play for a contender. I'm like, well, there goes our chances.
now you throw that money out there though, they'll take the money. They'll take the money.
He already won
Get him on a good 1 year deal.
Shit, you better get
That's what I'm saying.
cheese while he can.
But I think we're targeting. I was reading. I think we're targeting Miami free agent Javon Holland because we kind of bare at every position, but we are really dire at the safety because we only have really one under contract, and I think we're letting go finally Xavier Woods and but all the other safeties that we brought in last offseason. Thank God they're only on a 1 year deal. So either we're definitely going to draft the safety, but just to have some veteran know-how back there to help J.C. Horn whenever he's healthy. But Javon Holland wouldn't be a bad signing, an expensive one. But we'll see because we still got to pay J.C. Horn. We got to.
Yeah, I got to pay J.C. Don't nobody want him. Just y'all.
Nah. I know Brody ain't gonna like it, but yeah, we're gonna probably pay him 20, 21 million.
If y'all pay him 21 million, I don't know what to say about it. That's a little bit much.
I won't have a problem. I at least want to prove it deal because this is I think the best season, the most full season he's been healthy. I mean,
15 million max.
That's what I'm saying, 15, 16 million, but we'll see. On a 1 year deal, 2 year deal, maybe.
Dude, we just said y'all could trade him, to be honest. And I
think I think Dan has enough stones to really trade, cut anybody because I think he sent a message that, hey, I don't care what Shaq Thompson says, be a lifelong Panther. He's been hurt for the past 2 years. Get out of my stadium.
Yeah, I'd if it's me, like I said, I think this draft is deep at defensive back. Draft a good number of DBs, right? I'd walk away from the draft with at least 3 DBs in this draft, and 2 of them will be starters, right? I'm not saying make it your first couple picks. I think your first round, if you could get Nick Amori, go ahead. Second round, get you a wide receiver. And then in the later rounds, you'll still be able to get a few good DBs that'll come out and still be able to start. But if you had your pick of the litter, what would you we're gonna pull him down for a second. If you had your pick of the litter, look, because I'm doing a Statue of Liberty play. If you had your pick of the litter for DBs in the draft, because I know you guys pick early, you probably don't want to pick a safety up that early in the draft. But you got your pick of the litter. Who are you taking?
If we trade back, I wouldn't mind athletic freak. I wouldn't mind him, only if we trade back. But I still think there's still a good number of safeties if you can hang around in the third or fourth. If we just wait. I personally think D-line first. If we get like a cornerback in the second or third, I like the cornerback that Coach did a video on. Last name Porter. I like him.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, I want to say Harrison from Kentucky. I like his film. I like the way he played. He played there, and I also like my personal favorite. 2 more. My personal favorite, Kobe Bryant out of Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the slender side, not on Emmanuel Forbes type levels, but little slender, but he plays physical. Like that size doesn't mean that he still plays physical, willing to tackle. And then and the last one, I want to say Panthers Twitter. They're talking about Trey Amos. I've been hearing his name a lot. Definitely been hearing his name a lot. So we have options. We definitely have options.
Oh yeah, the options are vast this year. When it comes to defensive backs, that's why that's one of the things that scares me about Baltimore and the whole wanting to draft a safety in the first round and go defensive back. It's too deep of a draft to go there in the first round. Mm-hmm. This is one of those drafts. Same thing for edge for me. Like I said, if we could get a Kyle Kennard in the third round, I'd be happy with that. Dope. He'll be a rotational pass rusher. You know, you can I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Hendo was right in the sense of you can extend away, get some more cash for this year. Oh my god,
that would never ever utter out of my mouth. Yeah. Y'all already know how I feel about
the extra cash.
Oweh. Y'all know how I feel about me. I've been easy. I've been letting up on Bateman. He's been proving himself. I've been letting up. Oweh, I'll take the Oweh hate to my grave.
I'll say this. I'll credit Oweh because he did get his 10 sacks.
That don't mean them 10 sacks. Them 10 sacks was a product of Kyle Van Noy or Kyle Hamilton. Doing the dirty work for him.
I agree 100%, and that's why I said it was a big mistake drafting Ojabo, because you essentially drafted two guys to start that needed a star guy opposite of them for them to flourish, right?
And that's okay. That is perfectly fine.
That is perfectly okay. There's nothing.
Who made a living of being like the on the other side? Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd made a perfect NFL career just being a number 2. As long as there's a TJ Watt, a Myles Garrett, a Von Miller, then the Floyd was going to do the cleanup, cleanup shot. Oweh or Jabo can't even do that.
And you know what? Hold on, let me read this real quick from Osmond. My main concern is the O-line. After that, wide receivers, the ADC can do whatever he wants. That leads me to this question: we'll have the only reason for Harbaugh.
Okay, I was like
Rosengarten's success. Oh man. Rosengarten was a very good tackle in college. So all he did was he transferred that to the pros. He played very well, right? He succeeded because he had the talent and the skill to succeed. And we kind of got lucky that he was forced into a starting role because we didn't have anybody there. Because, like I said, Harbaugh hates starting rookies. So because we didn't have anybody else there, he was forced into that starting role, and his skill prevailed. And he looked even better thanks to the big sack of crap he stands next to, number 77. You know, the guy that's never got anybody around him. Welcome back, sir.
No. Little costumes change update.
I dig it. But yeah,
but no, Falafel making the Pro Bowl, that's funny.
That was he shouldn't have made the Pro Bowl.
Wait, was he an alternate or was it was it outright?
I think it was outright.
Lele? Nah, he was an alternate.
He was an alternate? Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
okay. Even that. Thank God for that.
He went the what's the guy?
Probably took the place of one of the Eagles players or Eagles guards.
Like I put that as like Tyler Huntley making a Pro Bowl. Like everybody was like, "What?"
Pretty much the same way.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? With that, talking about the Ravens and pass rush, the perfect move is out there for Baltimore right now. Go ahead, go get Joey Bosa. I know he's a guy that's often injured, right? So he's not going to come in. He shouldn't come in that much money. He's a vet. He's still very much viable in the pass rush. Why not? Sign him, bring him in, put him in the rotation. You know, he doesn't have to be the full-time starter. Keep him, have him fresh for the playoffs. And then, like I said, you draft the edge as well. Another Kyle Kennard, another rotational guy. And then Calvin Noy, if you bring him back, he can work. You know, you have to play away. Yeah.
I swear, if y'all pay away, bro.
Yeah. It's kind of depressing. You know, it's like I still don't see how they looked at Owe and said, "We know you ain't getting no sacks all year. We gonna draft you right in this first round."
They don't pay them because they put themselves in a corner where they got to.
Exactly. They need the money. They're gonna pay him to extend him to get the money.
What they should have done was keep our boy, Mr. I can do everything at linebacker, instead of let him go to Miami, and then you could let Owe go this year.
Yeah. You know what? Another coach ain't gonna like hearing me say this, but trade Matabike. Trade Matabike. Draft a defensive tackle this year.
Another
And
one.
trade Matabike. We'll draft one. I'm saying in the later rounds. In the later rounds, because it's a
Travis, you'll be
interior
right, coach.
tackle draft. Yeah, I think
you
if
say
we
trade
keep
Travis, coach will kill you.
No. Travis is my guy. You know Travis is my guy. Straight out of UConn.
I know,
you
that's what I'm saying.
That's my guy.
As long as you keep
That's
Travis,
gang. That's my guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my guy. Travis is my guy, man. Keep Travis. Matter of fact, late in the draft, maybe 5th roundish, 5th, 6th round, go pick up Jelani Stafford, D tackle, UConn. He'll play right behind Travis. You know what I'm saying? They'll shut the middle down. Guaranteed.
UConn stand for you can't.
Nah. We some winners over here, brother. We some winners over here. We got some players. I'm trying. So I was telling Jay, we got some guys and that I think could get picked up later in the draft this year. Jaden McDonald. If you're looking for a linebacker,
Ravens.
Go look up Jaden McDonald. It doesn't have to be the Ravens. I'm just saying anybody. Like I think there's some UConn guys that can get picked up in the draft this year or undrafted and really go help a team out. Jaden McDonald, Jelani Stafford. We got a number of guys. You know, Chase Lunt on the offensive line. A left tackle. He's probably going to slide to guard because he's got short arms, but he's very skilled. So he might end up sliding to guard because that'll probably be a little bit easier for him than having to reach out and punch at those edges while they're trying to speed by. Even though he did that very well in college and he knows how to reset his feet very good. So when he misses those punches, he can recover. But he's another one that I think is going to be drafted somewhere. So when you hear them UConn names later in the draft start rolling off the board, you know what I'm saying? Just know I'm watching the draft with a big smile on my face. Okay. Just so y'all know, I might stream one of them draft days. I might catch the last day.
Yeah, day 3 where UConn players belong.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna hold you right now. That is true. Right now, that's true. We on the come up though. We on the come up.
Man, I think
TJ Sheffield too.
Yeah, I think the guard. They got a guard that was drafted in the third or 4th round last year, I believe.
Yeah, sorry, I had to protect my beer against them lies you was telling.
We having guys go all the time. That's what we do. Matter of fact, there should be probably 2 other guys on our O-line that'll get drafted this year, or at least be undrafted pickups. But one of them played for Colorado year before last. So, and then he came over and played with us. Yeah, so I don't know. He's more likely to go undrafted. But yeah,
I'd say he was part of the issue that why Shador was running for his life.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's a couple guys I like out there. Malik Dixon Williams. I think I told you about him. He had 7 career interceptions. You know what I'm saying? In college, he's doing his thing. That's right up there. 7 interceptions is right up there with some of those guys we've seen in the combine that they're saying is top DBs. So, hey, you know how he's always where the ball is. So, and like I said, TJ Sheffield, the wide receiver, good slot receiver, guaranteed catch on 3rd downs, knows how to get open. My type of guy, but he's a smaller guy. That's why I don't want Baltimore to take him.
Listen, man,
he's a smaller guy. We got enough of those in Baltimore.
Unless he's Ted Johnson size, he's fine.
Listen, he's a good. What is he? I think he's 5'10", 5'11".
So Ted Johnson weighs less than Tank Dell.
Yeah. He was that was a small receiver they was talking about during the combine.
Very small.
He's like
Extra small.
170 or something like that. They said.
No, not even 170.
He was smaller than that.
Right. Look, I'll
Who
go
was
search
it
it
that
right
was
now.
170?
They just gonna pick him up and carry him off the field.
Right.
Well, he's looking this offseason. I remember them saying he's looking to bulk up and put some more weight on.
He's gonna have to.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, some people though, it's better for them to stay at that size and play it because their body's just so adjusted to it that they can handle it. But
that is perfect.
But I agree. That's a small dude. Like,
but right now, look, at the combine,
don't get hit by these combine.
Look, no more than what 5 or 6 days ago, he weighed in at 154 pounds. 5'10".
Yeah, nah. TJ Sheffield ain't that small.
Exactly. So but Ted Johnson redefined the word small.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's Muggsy Bogues playing wide receiver.
Like I think Emmanuel. Matter of fact, I think Emmanuel Forbes was bigger. Everybody was dogging him.
Forbes weighed like 163 or some shit like that.
At the combine, he weighed
5'10", 190 for TJ Sheffield. And again, he's one of those dudes that's really quick.
So really Forbes beat him out. Yeah, Forbes beat him out 6'1", 166.
Yeah, a lot of these receivers are small, man. Like really slim dudes.
I was 160
Thornton. Check Thornton.
Yeah.
From Tennessee? Yeah, that kid, he's tall and slender as it gets. I mean, he also ran a 4.3 though, so
that's why he ran a 4.3.
Six. No win resistance.
6'4". Exactly. 6'4", ran a 4.3. He's gonna be a threat. He's gonna be another late round pick that's gonna be available to be a weapon for somebody.
He wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad though. Like 6'5", 2. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, 6'5", like 205 pounds. Yeah, 205 pounds. I mean, that's not terrible, but
just 6'5", we're gonna put a parachute on you and see if you fly away if we turn the fan on.
Look, just don't send Thornton across the middle, and you'd be fine.
Well, no, that's not what he's gonna do anyway. 4.3 speed. They sending him on go routes all day. 4.3, 6'5". Hey, just go out there, bro. I'm gonna wing it. You jump up and grab that all day. All day. That's all he need to do. He's not the guy you're gonna have running drags and slants across the middle. Like, unless you do something to open the middle up, he's not running no slants across the middle.
But you imagine Sean Taylor hitting one of them guys?
Imagine anybody from back in the day hitting them. Hitting was just different back in the day. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, anybody from Pittsburgh. Like hitting was different. Mm-hmm. Hitting was different, and these guys, players aren't built the same. Players nowadays are more built for speed than physicality. And that's one of the ways that the game changed.
I mean, yes and no. I mean,
I said some. A lot of the players, not all of them.
Like you got some players like Jaden Day. I mean, not Jaden. My bad. Jaden Higgins, who's built for both speed and weight wise. 6'4", 214, running a 4.47. Shit is that?
Yeah. Absolutely. But can he take the hit though? Like.
I mean, again, he's the same shade. Guys, I don't know. He kind of looks like Christian. What was it? Was it Watkins? Well, the Green Bay Packers wide receiver. So I'm going to say
Christian Watson.
No.
Yeah, Christian Watson. Yeah.
Now, if it was a little bit of DK Metcalf shade, then yes. I'm just saying.
No comment on that. I'm hating on the light skinned brothers real quick.
I ain't hating. It's just facts. I mean, how many? Okay, let me look at how many games. Let me look at how many games that man has missed, just due to
all you really saying is Kendrick could take more hits than Drake, and you know what?
No,
History
Kendrick
proves
makes
you
more
correct,
hits
sir.
than Drake. I'll say that. I'm saying that.
Ooh, okay. Y'all heard it here first. Jay said it.
From
Jay said
Kendrick's
it.
cousin, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
J Dot.
Jay said it.
And,
But so we've had our NFL talk. Let's move over real quick. We're gonna switch up.
I got one
talk a little
question
bit.
because he brought up DK. Why can't we trade Andrews for DK and some other considerations?
DK is about to be a free agent. He's getting cut. Why trade him?
the Seahawks,
we need to get
tripping
rid
on
of
saying,
Andrews anyways.
the Seahawks
Sign
tripping.
and
We
trade.
want a first round pick. We want at least a first round pick, and then DK wants $30 million. I'm thinking like, man, what kind of
DK gonna end up getting cut.
bath salts? What
They're
kind of
not gonna
fentanyl?
find. I mean, somebody would take the deal, I guess. But if I'm most teams, I'll just wait, let you cut them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then start the bidding war at that point.
I'm not saying DK is not worth $30 million. It's just
I'll say it. He's not worth $30 million. Yeah. I like DK.
It's Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, all them up there, and then there's a gap.
Tyreek and them.
DK, right? He was one of Super Bowl, by the way.
Yeah, like he's a level lower than those guys. That's just, have the Rams not told y'all anything? Hey, listen. Not only the Rams, the Eagles, like I said. He's F them first. I agree. I just don't think teams are gonna give up the first because they know he wants out. And when everybody knows the player wants out like that bad, then they know he's gonna end up getting cut. They're gonna hold off. They're gonna say, okay, if they don't cut him, then we'll make it's gonna happen after. If he gets traded, it's gonna be after the draft. They're gonna wait as long as they can to see if these guys say, you know what, we're just cutting bait. Because if they cut bait, then you could just sign them without having to give up your first. Mm-hmm. So I that's my thing. I think that's what's going to happen. Just saying. And like I said, Devontae Adams isn't going to be an option because he's going to sign with the Chiefs for $8.55 million. That's my number. I guarantee. I can almost guarantee that's going to happen. Breaking news. Devontae Adams signs with Chiefs. 1 year, 8.55. So
didn't you say 16?
Huh? No, I said 8.55, 1 year. I've been consistent with that.
You signed for 1 year, 16 mil earlier.
No, I didn't. I said 8.55. I've been consistent with that number for quite some time. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Oh, I thought you said it just happened. I was like, what?
Oh, no. I said it's going to happen. No, it's going to happen. I can all but guarantee.
Red's clear.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm right, don't you know what I mean? I don't want to hear that when that come back and it happen. You know what I mean?
Look, when you right, I'm at that commercial. Stream me now for your free readings.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Side hustle begin. You know what I'm saying? But let's touch the next subject real quick because we do got some other stuff to get into, and we've already been going for almost an hour. So let's touch this next subject. Daredevil Reborn. Now, Jay, I know you haven't seen it yet, so we're not going to – I'm going to avoid spoilers here because I know there's a lot of people that haven't watched it. I just watched it yesterday. So just your first thought, your first impressions. Tell me what you think about it, Ghost.
So in that scene, the first episode was like a slow roller. Like it started off like, oh, and then the rest of the episode was like, oh, okay, character development. Yeah. And then the second joint, more character development. But I feel like they're rebuilding the Defenders franchise. So they're laying all the groundwork properly. Action in the first joint. Got your little, okay, I see what you're doing in the second one. But I think the third one, they're just slowly going to ramp it up. I think there's going to be some cameos from the other Defenders probably by the 6th or 7th episode. But they're taking their time with it, trying to get it right.
Yeah, there was I guess leaked photos of the Punisher on set. So eventually he's probably going to be in one of the episodes. But just my thoughts on the first two. I mean, I think the somewhat name drop of the other superhero, um, well, I could say this part is this, the somewhat name drop of Spider-Man in this series was kind of, it was dope. Like, it was a fun moment. It was great to hear. You know what I mean? So I think they're gonna do. I think this can end up a really epic series. It's definitely the series everybody was waiting for, and it's earned every bit of the hype that it's had over the time. I think it's well worth it. Like you said, the first episode was kind of a slow roast. Started off like crazy, and then after that, it's just like, well, now let me slow it down for you. Let me teach you a couple things. Let me tell you about who we are, where we're going, and how this version is different. So I like that. You rebuild your characters, and I think part of that too is that they're building off of where they were with the Netflix series. And the character development is still coming off of that Netflix series. So I think that's pretty dope. Um man, I can't wait to get more in depth with it. We'll give the people time so they can watch it. Maybe we'll touch it on next week's episode. Not guaranteeing an episode next week, by the way. I'm not guaranteeing a thing, but that's the plan. Next Thursday, I'm gonna try to keep these Thursdays rolling for the lives. But I think the way they've done the show, the way they started it, I think it's been pretty cool. I hope it continues to grow and get better. I do want to see them pick the pace up a little more. But yeah, and having that other hero slash vigilante in it was awesome as well. But we'll leave that for the people to see when they watch the show. So it's a lot for you there. Like I said, they name dropped Spider-Man technically, so that was kind of dope. Um,
Tell them be easy.
yeah. So just well, I ain't say all that. I ain't even gonna put that on the screen because I don't want people to think that's the case. All right.
Look, his mic
Now,
started malfunctioning and everything as soon as he said that.
right? So we touched on that now. Everybody go check it out, please. So we could, deep dive into the show, break it down, do what we gotta do. Now, Mr. Ghost, I believe you had a special segment you wanted to drop on us too. Right? Or should we get into the other crux of things first?
We can get into it whenever you're ready. Because this here, bruh. If I was 19, I'd have been in jail.
All right, so we're gonna end it on that then. We're gonna end it on that. Let's drop our thoughts real quick on the female officer who is daylighting as a pole dancer in a music video. Now, she's under a lot of scrutiny for it, but I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. Sue me. Yes, I get it. You're a police officer. She's part of the Special Victims Unit, which is crazy work to be part of the Special Victims Unit and then be out there shaking your booty. That's wild. But
booty meat.
But yeah, booty meat. But it's her prerogative. She's not doing anything illegal. It's for a music video. She got paid. Who cares? Like, why are y'all that much in her business that you feel you gotta expose her or such a bad thing? It's not like, for me, it's not like when that CO got exposed for sleeping with cellmates. Right? That's like when you have that situation, you're crossing a line. I think for this was, hey, I'm making a little extra cash in my free time.
Hey,
What
she
doesn't
was
matter?
helping morale.
She was helping morale, huh? Sleeping with cellmates is risky in so many
Cellmates,
different ways. Yes. That wasn't,
inmates.
or inmates, you know what I mean? Sleeping with inmates is risky. And I say cellmates because I believe she's done multiple. I believe that was what the story was, that wasn't the first time. So yeah. So there was been multiple. But yeah, sleeping with inmates is risky. I mean, there was a guy, and this is why I say what the police officer did wasn't that bad, because there was a gentleman who was sleeping with an inmate. He was CO at a female prison, and he was sleeping with her and brought home, he got AIDS. He got HIV. And you got to bring that. He's got a wife and kid at home. And now because you slept with an inmate, you got to bring that home. And I mean, God hopes he didn't give it to his wife. But how do you even, whether you give it to her or not, how do you explain that? There's no excuse for that behavior. Whereas in this situation, it's just like, hey, I was moonlighting, getting a little extra cash. It is what it is. Because if you look at today's world, most women are using their bodies to make money online or in some way, shape, or form, right? That's all she was doing. It's a business. It was a business move. Hey, listen, if she was, again, and if you want to go towards that, say she was on duty. What if she was on, now? If she was on duty and was just like, yeah, I'm gonna stop real quick, get bucket naked, shake on this pole, and then throw the suit back on, and go back to work. That's different. In that case, it's like, hey, you supposed to be saving people, not not shaking booty. Like what are you doing? Like that's wrong. I understand that. But this was, I'm assuming, I'm not gonna say for sure, but I'm assuming this was on a day off, she was chilling. Somebody was like, hey, you mighty fine. How would you like to be in a music video? She's like, what am I doing? Shaking ass and titties. And she's like, okay, how much? And they gave her a little check. I can't be mad at that. Go make your money. Do your thing. Now if she's, go ahead.
I was about to say, I think it's like different from where old girl who was working before the shift started in uniform. You know what I'm saying? On the plane, in uniform though.
Yeah.
And now I think she appeared on some talk show, giving the little crocodile tears. I'm thinking like, but you were, I don't think nobody cared that she was working. It's like you filmed it in uniform on one of their planes. I'm like, there's a whole bunch of wrong versus, what the police officer did. And you know what I'm saying? I don't think she was wearing a police uniform. I don't think so. It was just her face and everything else in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Liz, what's the girl's name? Liz Cambridge. Liz Cambridge was I think she does like OnlyFans, but it's like, but guess what? There was nobody tripping.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that you will look at her and go, hey, but you're a police officer. You can't be wearing G-strings and skimpy bras and dancing. It's like, what? I can do whatever I want when I don't got my badge on. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
When that badge isn't on, they're one of us. They're just a normal person, just like us. And they have the same laws and rules as us. And as long as she's following the law, not breaking the law, she's good. Let her live her life. Who cares?
All right, it's like
Did she catch a conduct unbecoming though?
A what?
A conduct unbecoming, because some jurisdictions count you as representing the law inside and outside of uniform.
I don't think New York's one of those places, but it is possible.
We're see.
But that'll be interesting to see. My brother Raven C in the building. What's good, brother?
Raven C.
Nobody cares when sports athletes show up with IG. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But you're gonna, talk bad on this woman, tarnish her name. Because
Right.
now, you could tell this is kind of something she does on the side. She's probably an IG model too, because she has it looked like she's had like her lips done and stuff like that. So she seems like that's it. Like, why would you not expect that to be what she does in her off time? I mean, you get some officers get on their little TikToks in uniform, and be like
In the car.
Yeah, like and all types of stuff like that.
With the number
they're not
to
showing
show.
any nudity, but it's you know what I mean. It's still
Now
like,
the question
hey, aren't you
is,
supposed to?
my question is, when she shows up to work and now all coworkers have seen that video, is that going to cause an HR problem when dudes try to get at her?
Oh, you know it
sideways.
Dude's probably been trying to get at her from day one, though.
Yeah, we know, but it's gonna be some guys that's extra emboldened. It's like that liquid courage. Oh yeah, I saw that video you did, Shawty. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You won't shake that ass on me like that, girl.
Yeah. How much did he give you? Double it.
Double it. Triple it.
No, we put in requests. Hey, can I ride with Officer Rodriguez today? We got the night shift.
Oh, her name, by the way, Melissa Mercado, I believe it is, or something like that.
I was gonna leave the name out of it. Damn, Rich.
No, I'm gonna put her name out there because I'm gonna put it out there because maybe some people want to go check her out, and it'll help her content. She might be a content creator.
You could have listed the name of the video.
She might be a content creator. I don't know the name of the video. That's why I know her name, but I don't know the name of the video. So she might be a content creator though.
So pretty much you're giving out free promo.
Free promo just for this one
free
time.
stalker package.
All right. Just this one time. You know what I'm saying? If you stalker, you did not hear it here. But they got her name plastered all over the internet anyway, so it ain't on me. Blame World Star Hip Hop. They the one posted the video. Okay.
So you just an assistant pimp.
Yeah, I mean, pimp name slip back.
How?
You know what I'm saying? All right, so we agree they need to leave her alone, let her live her life. She's not in the wrong in any way. Look. Nah. Nah. You ain't asking for me.
Let's try to be able to go upstairs later. Don't do that to him.
Exactly. I'm not here. Don't do that. I gotta go upstairs. What you mean, dude coming back? Don't play with me, bro. We don't need him.
Number one kick returner in Ravens history after Jacoby Jones.
No, he not even after because you got what's his name? Lewis
from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'd take him over Duve.
I was messing with you. I just want to get Coach fired up because Duve is no wiggle.
Yeah. If you did you confirm that? Is that breaking news, sir? Yeah, 2-time Pro Bowler. Not that he deserved it, but I guess when you the best. I guess when you the best at doing just over nothing, then I guess just because because that's the only reason he really gets Pro Bowls is because he returns what 10 more yards than everybody else. That's it. That's it. And what? Not mistaken, Tylan Wallace got more punt return touchdowns than he does. So yeah.
Tylan Wallace is a free agent. So.
And yeah, Tylan Wallace is a free agent. That's okay though. We'll grab a guy in the draft. Bye guys. Bye Tylan. Bye Duve. We'll grab a rookie to return. Yeah, that's what he is. The best at doing nothing, right? The best at
You
getting
said
5
a rookie
yards.
at kick returner. You realize we still have Harbs, right?
Yeah, but that's about the only position where he'll let a rookie like come out and play. Actually, he'll mess around and put my boy back there, Justice Hill. He'll put Justice Hill back there.
Just a hill too valuable to hardball now.
They had him back
Nah.
there last year. They had him kick returning last year.
Saying for this upcoming season.
They'll do it again. They'll do it again. Harbs will do it again. He'll probably put Justice back there before he goes and puts any rookie back there. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, I'm not gonna slander Prochet. I actually I was on coach's side with Prochet when we had Prochet originally. Because I thought he was gonna in college, he was a good route runner, great hands. I thought he was gonna flourish, but man, we failed him. And then, well, you know what? It started off me saying we failed him, but then he went to Cleveland and didn't do nothing either. So he's kind of failed the league. That's kind of on him.
I mean, he went to a bad team and didn't do anything. That's kind of normal.
Yeah. Harbs is I think Harbs is getting close to retirement. I can't say that because he stayed on his first two teams pretty long. KBK on team like 8 already. That's my guy, but damn, he moving around the league like
little man being in the XFL too.
My boy, all he listened to was "I Get Around."
I get around. But nah, the reason
That's
why
all
they
he
haven't
listened to.
But Raven see the reason why they haven't extended Harb, they're waiting for the perfect moment to where they can reveal it, like kind of like how they like Marvel revealed that Robert Downey Jr. was playing Doom.
Oh man!
Like you thought, like you think he's dead, like you think he's dead, you think he's done. Then I'm back, bitch.
He's back for another 5 years.
And then like all the Ravens content creators going like just come and harm me. Matter of fact, actually, that's probably not the for everybody. No coach,
the Kings,
the coach at LBHT,
and
pretty much everybody out. I can go down. I ain't going down the list again. I already did that one time during my video.
Oh man, it's so many Ravens content creators out there.
Even Sarah Ellison and them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, get everybody out there to fight that because he need to go. You know
everybody can be on one big
Johnny Buff
call. Yo, should
my boy Sugar to build it. What's good, sir? So
I'm crashing out loud. Don't do that. Don't do that. See, don't crash out loud.
Yo, we'll all crash out if we see Harbs get an extension. I ain't
crashing out. I'm just gonna be shaking my head like, God damn. Let me go to my up and coming team over here.
So here we go. My boy had a situation here. Mr. Ghost, we're gonna need you to break down your situation. Tell us what happened with you, sir.
All right. Let me set the scene.
Why you almost ended up in jail?
Nah, if I was 19, I would have been in jail. There wasn't no question. If I was still anything under 25, I'd have been in jail because I'd have crashed out. I'd have tore that whole goddamn dealership up.
Man, this situation almost made me summon YN energy.
Oh no, it almost made look. I say my coworker hit the YN energy. He white. So it's election day. I live in Maryland.
Sit back,
it ain't no point voting. They gonna vote no matter what. So like I see this car, 07 Monte Carlo, 109,000 miles, SS. Red sunroof, fully loaded. I'm like, okay. They got it listed at $999. I want to pay like $5K. I'm like, all right, let me go see what you're talking about. So put the little credit application in. I got $4K down. So I'm like, about 3 months, I can pay this motherfucker off. Do a little test ride. They run the credit, everything. All right, everything good, woo to woo. So I start signing the paperwork. I'm like, hey, I need to see on the last page, I need to see what the breakdown is. So we get pretty much 3/4 through the paperwork. And for some reason, he was like, all right, well, oh yeah, I brought my car to the dealership. It was just me. So I was like, I take my car home, I'll pick this joint up tomorrow. So we couldn't finish the paperwork because I wasn't taking it that day. So they submit most everything to the finance company. So I'm on the way home, had to stop by the job site to pick up my coworker's jacket because we weren't sure he was going to be back there the next day. I leave the job site, I'm driving home. It's like a 45-minute drive. Finance company blow me up about 4 times because the way this finance company works, even though you qualify for the loan, like we need to speak to you in like a 20-minute phone joint before they fully approve the joint. So I'm like, all right, I'm not trying to be having this conversation while I'm driving home because if they say, hey, this number is this and this number is that, then I don't want to miss something and agree to some shit that I ain't trying to really do. So I get home. As soon as I get home, salesman calls me, hey, the finance company trying to get in contact with you. Can you call them back so that they can finalize the loan? So I'm like, all right. But at this point, I look at my email and the email with the numbers has come through. But I called the finance company called for us, and they asked me a couple questions. Hey, XYZ, was this you? So they said, hey, do you have the car? I said, nah, I drove my car home. I'm gonna slide back and pick that joint up tomorrow. They said, oh, well, we can't talk to you yet until you had a car in your possession. So I'm like, all right. Most finance companies cannot finalize the deal until you physically have the keys and you have the car. They can't finalize something that you don't fully have, because if you don't fully have it, tomorrow you can say, hey, I don't want the car. I changed my mind. And then it cancels all that paperwork. So I started reading the email. Well, okay, this car is built at it's like 9,000 or 9,900. Like, all right, cool. When did the car get to 18,500? What's this other $4,000 in fees, like a $1,200 port fee? Now, this port fee was explained to me is them owning the car and having it on the lot. So this $1,000 fee pays for them storing their vehicle on their lot, but they're going to pass it on to you. So I see this 18,500. I'm sitting here, my heart sank. I'm like, I just got scammed. And then that YN energy kicked in. Hello? After I got done ripping into his ass, the sales guy calls back. Our other guy will be in, the assistant general manager. Can you come to the district tomorrow, this and the third? I was so heated. I said, nah, y'all don't want to see me until about Thursday. So if I come in there tomorrow, I'm gonna sit down and that flame gonna start burning. And by the time you talk to me, somebody might be going down the stairs. There's gonna be some furniture moving around this motherfucker. Y'all gonna have to call the cops. So that was day one. That was just day one. That was let me see, about 5:30 to about 8 o'clock when I got home. Y'all got any questions so far?
None. I know how.
All right, so here we go.
So I got none.
So here is now Thursday. So I come in, and as soon as I hit the parking lot, like I was fine the whole way there. I'm listening to music, I'm grooving. As soon as I hit the parking lot, that motherfucking water started boiling, started going up. I sat in the car for a minute trying to cool down. Like, hold on, calm down. We going, okay. It wasn't going down. So I said, let me go in there. So I went there. I stood right outside his office. He had a glass door. So he's seeing me see him. And I'm standing there, full height. By the time he got up the phone, he said, I'm gonna be right out. He sent the assistant manager out. So I'm talking to old school. He might be 45, 50. So he ain't really like old. So I'm talking to him. And he's like, yeah, you put the 4K down. The out the price door before financing, they had bumped it up to 18,500. the financing was going to make it like 22 or something like that, 22 or 26 by the time all the financing and everything happened on a car that was promised to be 10K, pretty much. So I should have been just paying off the last 6, even with the port fee, the last 7. I was cool financing up to 8. So, I talked to this guy. Well, we got cars that are like 4K, 5K range. You could get in one of them joints right now with what you put down. So I see a car, it's $3,500. So I'm like, all right, so what about this car right here? It's $3,500, tax, title, I'm sure it'd be like $1,000. Nope. Whenever they add a fee to anything, even if it's a cash deal, they add $2,000 onto it. So it's not really even the car I want. It's not even dealer markup. It's like they just have the port fee and this, and then this fee, and then tag and title, which is like $4 or $5.
Phony fees. It's all phony fees they use for dealer markup. So what dealerships do markups now, they'll put a bunch of labels of things up there, but it's really just them adding numbers on for the sake of making more money. Like if you go look at a Hellcat Charger, different things like that. They'll say, "Oh, $500 for putting nitrous oxide in your tires," when really you could get that done for like $15. Some places for free. So like it's all part of the dealer markup. It's a bunch of crap.
Right. So on this Thursday, they bumped the car up to that 18.5 on the site. So at Thursday it's like 15.5. And I'm watching them like, okay, so why would y'all try to get me for 18? I said no, so now you drop the price of the car. So that's on the Thursday. Okay, cool. Let me think about it. We'll do XYZ. And I think he was like, he could drop down to 13.5 for me. So I'm like, okay, I think he's like, that's like $8,000 or $9,000 that you would finance. So I'm thinking, I go home and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, whatever, woo-de-woo. By Friday morning, the price on the site is now 13.5. So I'm like, you didn't do that number for me. Y'all were probably about to drop that to 13.5 on the website. And you just told me that number to make, hopefully I'd be like, all right, cool, yeah. And I wouldn't check the website. So I'm sitting here on Saturday morning thinking about it. I'm like, high price for me end up on the whole entire website. So he went at work on Monday. By Monday, this car was down to 11.5. That's the way I usually do it, but I wouldn't try to do no big financing on no 2007. So Monday he's not working.
Honestly, you're lucky that they were going to finance on a 2007. So most dealerships now, especially a lot of places I talk to, not dealerships, sorry, banks, won't even finance a car that's 10 years or older, or just about 10 years old. Like anything over 10 years, they don't finance anymore. So, okay. So go ahead. Go ahead.
So we're going to get to that part. So Monday, he's not working. I call him on Tuesday. And I'm like, yo, the car's down to like 11.5. Like if you put the deal price at 11.5, which is currently is now on the website, I'll walk out the door with the jump. Like even with all the markets, I walk out the door with the jump. Cool, XYZ. He had a nerve to tell me that's not my price. That's the price for somebody who has better credit. So this is on Tuesday.
Interesting.
So I call my homeboy, my coworker. We're gonna call him Johnny Blaze because he's ready to crash out at this point. So I'm like, hey, you got to come with me because if he says something sideways, I might feel like smacking somebody. And it ain't just going to be me smacking him. I'm going to get up. I'm going to lock the door to his office. I'm going to beat his ass in his office. And his whole office is a fucking window. So everybody going to see him get his ass beat. They're going to watch him get demolished in his office. And be trying to kick the door down the seat. What? It's going to be a closed door session with all the viewership. So I got my man Johnny Blaze. We stop at Popeyes. We eat because we like, okay, this car's back to 9,500. which is lower than when I first walked in there. So my man's talking to him. Johnny Blaze, he's a real polite guy. He's that guy on the job site. Is like, yo, if he's getting upset, somebody is really messed up. Like, we really have a problem here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one day I was messing with him, and I was like, yeah, because I don't miss. He's like, okay, Mr. Don't Miss it. I thought he was just joking. And the next day he's like, man, I'm sorry, my attitude got out of hand. When? He's like, when I was making fun of Don't Miss, I was like, Don't Miss is a joke. It's some Snoop Dogg said. He's like, yeah, but I kind of got mad. And I'm like, bro, if that's your definition of mad, like, what is your definition of killer rage? Because your mad is, I'm probably killer rage for your mad. So he's one of them guys, he be mad, you don't even know it. And then he apologized later. You're like, oh, okay. Okay, didn't know you were mad, but nice to know. So we're get our Popeyes, we good, we go in there. And he's like, okay, if the car's $9.05, why can't you give him the same price of deal on the site? My man talking about that's for somebody else. His deal is at $13.5, no lower. So then he starts trying to tell us, well, I could explain finances to you, but it would take more than a day. And we're like, so finances say you tried to sell it for $18.5. And every 2 days, you've dropped $1,000 or $2,000 off the car because you couldn't get it to sell. I'm literally here willing to buy for the price that you have, the price you listed it for in the first place, and walk out the door. Man, he was talking so sideways. My man Johnny, they said, look, I got a cousin. $500, he'll do whatever you want. He'll come back at night, shoot this joint up. He'll Molotov cocktail the joint. He says, as a matter of fact, I feel like putting a couple things through that motherfucking window myself. I said, don't worry about it. Wifey working in the law office. There's a legal way to get this back without us having to crash out. Because if I crash out, I'm burning the parking lot down. I'm burning the building down. I'm going to find where that off-site parking garage that they talking about they got, I'm burning that down. So we're going to crash out. We're going to get our money's worth. So go home, woo-doo-woo. And dude had a nerve to try to call me and convince me that's the best deal he could get. And before we even left, I was like, yeah, I did jump ahead. Before we even left, I was like, there's a black Charger on the lot. 2018 Charger. It's at like $13,500, $14,000. I said, that I could finance because it makes sense. 2018 Charger barely has over 130,000 miles. I could finance that for $15,000. That makes sense. I said, I don't even know how you got a company to finance a 2007 Monte Carlo. This man is going to sit here and tell me and Johnny Blaze that the Monte Carlo has better equity in it than the Charger. And I would qualify for the Charger because it's too much of a risk for the bank. The bank won't believe that I'll pay off the Charger, but they believe I pay off the Monte Carlo for a higher price than the Charger is.
Technically, he's right. Only because the Monte Carlo is considered a classic and a car.
It's not. It hasn't hit classic status yet.
No, but it's good. It's good because of the year. It's going to be considered a collectible more than a 2018 would. The newer the car, the more they'll fight. The more of the chance they'll finance it.
Yeah, but it has to make it those 3 years. It is current value currently as it was sitting was a little over 7,800 Kelly Blue Book value. So I was paying $10,000 over what the car was worth.
I get that. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just telling you how the banks look at it. Right? The older the car, the less they want to finance. The only reason I know is because I looked at there's a I was trying to finance a 2013 Dodge Charger SRT8. And they were like, if it was newer, we definitely do it. With that year, we can't trust reliability. So we're not going to do it. So they look at and they have the banks have a different value on cars than what people do. So for us, it's like, yo, it's an 07. Like, why do you care? I'm going to pay this off and be good. But for them, they're like, it's an 07.
No, he was saying the 07 has better financeability than the 18.
Oh, yeah, no, that's backwards. But
that's what I'm saying. He was saying the 07 is worth more to the bank. They believe I'll pay off the 07 more than I'll pay off the 18, which was a cheaper car.
Yeah, no, that don't make sense. That don't make
Yeah,
sense.
me and Johnny was like, explain that to me. He was like, well, I can't explain financing to you guys because you don't understand it. I said, look here, this car costs less, and the value of it is actually about what you're trying to charge me for. The 07, you're trying to charge me $13,500 at minimum, and it's worth $7,800 about on Kelly Blue Book. No bank is going to say an underwater car is more financeable than a newer car that has closer value. So we're like, that's why when you were talking about the 07 being fine, that's why I was like, when he said that, we were just like, nah. So then he gets to the point like, okay, why do you think so many people have these Malibus? Your credit isn't that good. My credit ain't good. I don't give a damn. My credit ain't that damn good. Not because I won't pay my shit off. I just don't have a bunch of credit cards and all types of revolving accounts. Like it's never been my thing.
No, I got you.
So it's like, my credit's in the sixes. So he was like, at the rate that your credit is, the bank's pretty much going to tell you what car you can afford. I'm like, you got a car approved for almost $22,000 with financing, and you're telling me you can't get me approved for a car that's less money? He also tried to say the bank only approved too. Right. He tried to tell me the bank only approved the 07 because they marked the price up. That's why they changed the price. I said, you changed the price almost $8,000 without telling me. And when I asked you about the price, you didn't. Oh, at that point, we were basically just arguing about you need to refund my money. And he was basically trying to say, if you go about basically, we don't refund money. We'll hold it for you. And you can use it as a down payment for another car. So I told him, I said, nah, I'm going to need to get my money back. He tried to point to something they have you sign this paper. And my mom always taught me a long time ago, if there's something you're signing and you don't fucking trust it, write the wrong name. That voids the whole contract. And they're not going to check that you wrote the wrong name. So when you go and point it out, a lawyer's going to say, well, yeah, that's not his name. All that stuff is wrong. They're going to have to void it. And if you sign something that's blatantly illegal, that's going to void it also. So they have this little contract. Oh, well, once you start this, only we can stop the deal, XYZ. Then it also says you cannot return the car for any reason whatsoever. Well, unfortunately, the Consumer Protection Act in Maryland, DC, and Virginia say if I return that motherfucker within 3 days, 72 hours, they got to give me my money back. They can charge me for the mileage that has been taken up on the car, but the deal is essentially canceled. So they went through doing all that. Then, because I ain't want to shoot nobody, but the thug gangster who is my wife happened to call the dealership. He was scared to talk to her.
Yeah,
like he literally would not. Like the dude came and things like, I think his wife is on the phone, and that motherfucker would not take the call. He was ducking all kinds of wrecks.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, the last thing they want is a lawsuit. And shut them down. Now I'm gonna ask you, what's the name of this dealership so everybody knows to avoid it?
Oh, what was that? Prime Motors, Arlington, Virginia.
Okay, there you go, people. Prime Motors, Arlington, Virginia. Avoid the place at all costs. Never step foot in there. It's a bunch of scummy dogs just trying to steal your money. Not worth your time.
So the wife sent him some notifications. Was it a 3.6 engine? I think it was the V6 engine, but
yeah, the she loves the Charger. I was gonna ask him if he's talking about the Pentastar V6, which is the 3. I think that's the 3.6 liter. I thought it was a 3.5, but yeah, the Pentastar V6. They're It's funny that he says that though, because the Pentastar has very strong reliability over history. I mean, they've been using the thing for, what are we in now? 25. They've been using it since like 06. That 3.5 liter Pentastar V6. So that engine's proven to be reliable. But hey, you know how it is. Every once in a while you get a bad one. Yeah. Every once in a while you get a bad one, and you run into one that, I haven't. I'm be honest with you. I've never had a problem with a Pentastar V6. I've had 2 of them. Never had an issue with them. and this is my pickup truck is my second 5.7 Hemi. So, and I don't have a complaint with any of those either. Knock on wood, but I've been good.
Yeah, so the wife took over at that point. She sent them a legal notice. And the first one, nobody could sign for it because it was all basically young ass people in the office. There was nobody 21 years old at the dealership at the time FedEx came that could sign the paper.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The entire business and no one of legal age to sign for that sounds wrong in and of itself.
Oh, Osman, they got complaints from everybody. And I mean everybody.
Yeah, but at the Better Business Bureau though?
Yeah. Okay. But they're not accredited with the Better Business Bureau.
There you go. So,
and just to be clear, after the
scumbags.
Yeah, after the first day, I was like, "Nah, I need my money back." The rest of the theatrics was just okay. I'm gonna go through these paces and prove that there's no other resolution outside of you returning my money.
Yeah, they're just a bunch of scumbags.
Pretty much
scumbags. Do anything.
So
try to make money, steal people's money, drain your pockets. I can't stand people like that. I go through. So when I'm looking for cars, I understand in this case you weren't necessarily looking for a car. You just happened to stumble upon one you liked. I often look at, as you know, I'm a car enthusiast. I love cars. I could talk cars all day, every day, right? When I look for cars, I use several websites. One of them being cars.com, because they have, especially if you have the app. I have the app. They have the whatchamacallit. They have the breakdown of the entire history of the car on there that you can see.
Yeah, I think it was on cars.com because I used them to keep track of how many times they changed the price on it.
Yeah,
so if I had to build my legal case, it showed how many times they changed the price on it and everything like that. So after the second notice that my wife sent, then 2 days later, dude calls me. I'm at work. Dude calls me. So how would you like your money returned? Would you like to come in and pick up a check, or you want to transfer it back to your account? And I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to walk in there because dude told me, "Hey, there ain't no way you're gonna get your money back." I want to walk in there, look him dead in his eye, and be like, "And what were you saying?"
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, just go ahead and transfer my money back. They got that done.
Yeah. As long as you got your money back, you know what I'm saying. That's all that matters. Raven C. Yeah, I'm shocked to hear that. The 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. Yeah, I'm really shocked to hear that. But you know what? A lot of it too. A lot of people push that engine further in the Chargers than it should be because they're
it's a Charger, so they just slam it on the gas.
Exactly. So they just go in there, just go crazy, and then a lot of people try to mod it as well. And I'm not sure, how much modding you could do with the 3.6. I mean, I seen one guy, he modded it up to about, I think he was getting like 500-600 horses out of it. Sounded like a V6 with a supercharger, which is what it was, or a turbocharger, which is what it was. But yeah, a lot of people do try to do things to those V6s to make them sound better.
They try to get 700 out of the GTs, the all-wheel drive GTs.
Yeah. So that kind of wouldn't surprise me in that sense. But if you're just talking a regular driver, I've never had issues with them. I mean, I used to. Yeah, I didn't hear this from me, but I raced mines a couple times. My 3.6, won a couple too. Beat an Acura out. Smooth too, boy.
But
pushing that.
You got a lot of guys. You got a lot of people get the low end joint and then try to treat it like it's a high end joint. Like, it's like people buy a Chevy, buy LS Malibu, and be like, "Yeah, that car was trash." You bought the lowest quality economy mid-size sedan possible. You didn't even get the fully loaded one. You can't call it trash if you bought the cheapest shell of a version of the car.
Yeah,
like your shit.
Well, you know what, Raven C? Yeah. You know what, Raven C, though? Just to think about it, you alone saying Dallas, that makes sense. Don't take this wrong, Jay. Don't take this wrong.
Y'all can't drive.
The smallest hint of bad weather out there is a 15-car pileup. Like driving in Texas is
No,
terrible.
I agree. It is.
Driving in Texas is terrible. Like I see so many videos where people are flying. I mean, it's ice on the ground, it's snowing, and people flying. It's like just piling up. I'm just like, So nobody thought to slow down in this weather like that at all.
No, for real though. Like, no, for real. Like, actually, you know what, to prove your point, just today, even the post office drivers, no, I think one of them got into like a wreck today. I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
because I
People,
was
I don't know
going
what it is out
to
there, man.
yeah, because I was going to like Sonic, for lunch, and Sonic only like 6 minutes away from the crib. All I know is this is a line of traffic. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, for what? I get close enough and see a whole UPS truck. It's like, I cannot explain it. It looked like the entire back half of the vehicle has been chewed. Like the thing is gone. I'm looking like, yo, like I'm talking about. This is a school zone. This is a fire station. It's across the school. Like, what were you doing? This is not like an area where people
They were
speed
not giving the
normally.
That's what they was doing.
The thing about it is, what was it today? It was dry. Like, yeah, it was like, mostly cloudy, 80 degrees. So there was not a drop of moisture.
You said 80 degrees?
Still getting there. Yeah,
you said what?
Yeah, he said 80
degrees
for us.
80 degrees.
I might need to get some of that. 80 degrees in March.
I'm good. Listen, out here, Connecticut, it was it felt like a smooth, sunny 57, 60. I was happy.
But tomorrow it's gonna be
the only girl in the stream knows Jake. See, I told you.
That oh man, don't do that. Yeah, y'all got that 80 is that good weather, but I don't even like 80. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a smooth. Give me 60 to 70, sunny. I'm happy.
Nah, I need 80, but that's
too cold.
That 75
right,
max.
60 to 70. If the wind blow, I'm a shiver.
Right.
Hey,
like
man,
60, 70 here.
On, bro. Go put some weight on. I can't do nothing about that.
Texas weather changes every 2 hours.
All I know is up here, that feel good up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been up there. It's too goddamn cold.
I can't do extreme heat. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. And I'm not saying 80 is extreme heat. 80 feels nice. I can do it with 80. That's not a problem. It's the 90s, 95.
See, Texas is kind of with me because by the time it's dark, I'm home. So I don't care. As long as it's warm while I'm out.
Sometimes that don't even matter, dog. All you need is one bad time and your air conditioning go out. You done. That's what I'm saying, Osmond. 70s in Connecticut is nice. When it's 70 out here, it's beautiful, man. The sun's out. You get this real light breeze. It's perfect. That's a beach day. All day, every day.
Hey, we don't know this, man.
Every day.
It's a scroll takeover.
What you mean?
Texas really don't have beaches. We have like lakes and ponds. I mean, I wouldn't call Corpus Christi a beach. I wouldn't personally go there for a bad experience, but pretty much, yeah, we got lakes and ponds, so you can go to at least where I'm at.
My house, Tim, got to be at least mid 70s or
up. Not me, bro. I'm gonna keep it juicy during the winter. I keep my heat on 70, maybe 71.
I keep mine. I'm trying to keep the house at 80. I don't care what y'all say.
It'll be 30 degrees outside. I got my house on 70. That's it. I'm not going higher than that. I can't.
Wow, cuz.
I can't. And during the summer, the AC's on all day. I can't, bro. I can't.
I
What's
would
good,
freeze and
Jared?
Good,
fall
What's
Mr.
good,
over.
sir?
Jerry Green.
Mr. Jared in the building. I gotta get you back up here, man. Get you back on the show again. You know what I'm saying?
Let's keep them
Raven C,
temperatures
I
be
gotta get you on the
arthritis.
show too. I gotta get D Weezy on the show. I gotta get everybody on the show. I can only fit so many up here
When
at
you
a
gonna do
time,
that
though.
24-hour
StreamYard be tripping.
multi-channel stream?
Hey, yo, tell that to StreamYard. When they gonna discount their prices, bro?
When you gonna do that? When you gonna do
Tell
that
StreamYard to
marathon
chill
stream
out,
he's
and we'll
talking
get
about
everybody up
all
here.
day? Everybody rotating in
Flex
and out.
Zone
We just covered the whole
podcast in
day.
the building. That's another great podcast right there. Y'all gotta tune in to Flex Zone too. I gotta get y'all on the show too. I gotta get you. Yeah, man. I got a laundry list of people I gotta get on the show, and I gotta get on everybody else's show too, man. Show some love.
Tell them
Say
to
big boy talk growing.
Nah, we get summer out here, bro. I promise you, we get summer. I remember if we telling stories. Hold on, let me tell y'all a story. Right?
They get summer
I
for
almost
37
died
days.
out this mug. I almost died. Listen, I almost died out here one year. We were out here, and I still to this day I call it Hell Week. It was average 110. We're not used to that in Connecticut. That's not.
Don't
We
used to
don't do
90.
that, right? No, we're used to 90, 90, 95. We've been through that. 110 average. So we had days like 115. We'll have 108. It was around 110 average, maybe a little more. And I work in construction, as y'all know. I work in construction. So we got to be full covered, head to toe, hard hats, gloves, boots, jeans, you know what I'm saying? Construction shirts, vests, all that. We got head to toe, we got to be covered. Safety glasses, 115 degrees. We covered. Bro, they sent me out. They said, hey, Reg, you know, can you go to the trailer and go get that spool of wire? Yeah, I got it. I'm a first year apprentice. I'm brand new. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta do it all. I'm like, yeah, I got it. So I'm going out, and at first I wanted to roll it across the parking lot. The parking lot slanted, and it's not officially a parking lot. It's all dirt, and there's big divots in between from all the machines driving in, from when it was raining. So you can't roll straight across, right? Because it'll go downhill, it'll flip in the divot, and then you're chasing it. So I picked the shit up. The spool's about 1,000 pounds. Like I think the one I was carrying at the time was like 750 or something like that. It was heavy as shit. So I pick it up. I got it on my shoulder. Walking across the lot, this joint on my shoulder. Get to the building. I almost passed the out. And then one of my coworkers looked at me. He goes, you okay? Do it look like I'm okay? Do it look like I'm okay? No. He said, sit down. Next time, just roll it. I said, you think I ain't thinking that? You think I next time, roll it. So I'm sitting there. He takes the spool. Now everybody's walking by. What happened to him? He carried the spool over. Oh, young guys. I'm like, you know what? If y'all had a better way of doing things, why didn't
y'all should have mentioned that?
You know what I'm saying? Tell me to begin with. They said, when you go get the next one, just roll it. It's like it gets stuck, it flips, does whatever. I don't care. Take a minute, take a break, just roll it. And then we had guys working on the roof too. One guy almost passed out on the roof because of the sun just beaming down on him. I mean, it was
like that
terrible.
video?
That week of work was terrible.
Oh, that video where him was like,
man.
F him?
Yeah, the one I put in the chat. Oh, man, that was dirty. Dude fell. He was just like, he just kept recording. He was like, oh, well, fuck him. He just kept recording. I was like, what? Listen, my coworkers almost found out that day. They almost found out that day. And I was, like I said, I was a first year apprentice. This was my first week on the job with them. So I was trying to impress, trying to show them a hard worker and all that.
Oh, Flexani Lopez, huh?
Man, your boy was done for, bro. I almost died right then and there. That was about to be it. I would have never made it to this day. That was.
I'd have cut a piece of that cable, slid it through, got me a little string, and just walked and just held the string and walked down the hill slowly with that jump. Y'all need to
You know,
innovate.
it was so I had to go up the hill at an angle, but again, it wouldn't roll because there was big divots from all the heavy equipment driving through.
I'm saying,
You know
if
what I'm
you
saying?
hold
All the
it, and you just
bulldozers and
not as
everything.
slowly that you flip over. You walk 2-3 miles an hour, that junk can
Yeah,
it'll get a little
man.
bump, but it's gonna keep going.
Yeah, man. It was. You know what it was too. You know, you get the foreman. For some reason out here, like our foreman, 90% of them, if not all of them, hurry up, and they're, you know, everything's run, run, run. 24/7 in construction out here. Run, run, run. Go, 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 go as fast as you can. It's very rare to find a company and work for a company where the lead guy's like, hey, you know, get it done, just get it done right. That's all I care about. These guys are run, run, run. If it's up, we'll come back to it later. Like what? Which I feel like that's the one thing I've prided my career on is, and I tell people this all the time. Throughout my years of working, my thing has been I'm not going to rush. I'm going to get it done and get it done right. This way you don't have to come back to my shit. But I get it done in a good amount of time. But these dudes, they will fucking run you dry. So you got nothing left. And then ask you to run some more. They won't even say good job, like, oh, good job, great job. You did a great job with that. Nah, here's the next thing. Like there was, you know, no appreciation whatsoever.
They said you did what you're supposed to do. You don't need no congratulations.
Pretty much. And whether you got it done quickly or not, or anything, there is a lot of racists in construction. By the way, there is. I got a story for that too, where I almost ended up beating a dude ass because I was having a stressful day. Some family stuff was going on. With family being sick, or you know, people. Actually, a family member had passed away, and he's steady telling jokes. I'm just in my zone. Just let me work. Don't bother me. And he goes, "Hey, you know what the best knot is?" I go, "What?" Dude's name was Brian. I go, "What, Brian?" He goes, "A noose." I said, "Cool. So let me hang you with it." He's like, "What the fuck is your problem?" What the fuck is your problem? I'm about to whoop your ass. I went 0 to 100 so quick. He's like, yo, calm down, yo. I'm just messing with you. Just joking. I was like, I'm not in the fucking joking mood. And I changed. And he's just like, and I was known as the quiet person. You know how you was talking about your boy is quiet on the job. You don't even know when he's angry. That was me. That was me. And so when I did that, when I snapped, he's like, I'm gonna leave you the fuck alone. Like I'm gonna walk away. I feel like I might get hurt here. He didn't bother me the rest of the day because you know people knew I took so much crap as an apprentice that I wish I wouldn't have took, but I eventually wised up to it at one point because I was on one job and this one foreman, you know, he parks in the back of the building, he's bringing material in, and I'm getting the job prepped for everybody to start working, and he's pretty much like he comes in at some point. I'm skipping a lot because I don't want the story to take too long. But he comes over. He's like, "Where the fuck were you to help me unload the truck?" I'm like, "Where were you? Like, I didn't see you. You weren't here. You didn't come look for me. You didn't send for me. Anything." I was like, "I'm doing the same job I do every morning. I come in, I get everything prepped up so everybody can go to work." He starts yelling. I snapped. I said, "Fuck you." I was like, "You gonna fucking respect me, or I'm gonna take you down the street and whoop your ass and come back to fucking work after." Said it just like that, and I'm yelling. And again, when I tell you I was the quiet guy on the job, the entire job site, I've never seen an entire job site stop what they're doing to look and say, like, why is that
What you
guy
gonna do?
yelling? Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, like, it was like, hold on, that guy's yelling. Like, something must be going down. And everybody's like, oh, shit. And then the other journeyman comes over. He's like, yo, Raj, chill. He's like, come down. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm about to go whoop his ass, come right back to fucking work. I'll drag his dead carcass back with me. I was fucking going off. And then
Just pop it off, huh?
I was going off, bro. And then that same dude, the dude I was yelling at, that I cursed out because he had to come at me sideways, comes at lunchtime. There's like, listen, we're going to keep you away from him. You ain't got to work with him, nothing. Don't worry about it. Lunchtime, we're sitting at the table. He comes and sits across from me. He starts trying to joke with me. Hey, how's your day going? You know, and trying to be friendly and shit. I'm fucking fine, John. Get the fuck out of my face. like, you know, but people, and that's when I finally realized, like, if that situation in a situation with Duke Brian, people treat you differently when they realize, okay, he's not nobody to fuck with. Let's leave him alone. Because otherwise, they'll fuck with you, try to push you to the edge, whether it be they're trying to get you to quit or something else. You know what I mean? Once you finally turn that corner of, nah, we're not doing this, the tone changes so much. And it makes a drastic difference. But I vowed from after being with that company, I pretty much vowed after that I would never let anybody else talk to me any old kind of way. Two, I'm going to be more willing to say fuck this job and move on to the next one than, you know, sitting there thinking I got to take any type of verbal abuse just because of keeping a job. So that's been my career path. Is I'm like, you got any hesitation where there's no work, or you got to lay off or something? All right, give me the pink slip. I'm out. I don't want to stay here. I'm sick of this person's mouth anyway. Get me the fuck up out of here. Let me give me that. Let me go find another one. Like that's been me. That's how I've climbed up. And it's crazy because it's a different path than most people are used to in this line of work. Being an electrician, most guys want to get in with a company, stay there, slowly blossom. I was the guy that said, I got my license. Man, if y'all ain't gonna pay me, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go chase the money. And that's what
Take my show on the road.
Yeah. And that's what I did. And it's got me to where I am. I'm proud of where I am right now. I'm gonna continue to do what I do. Now I gotta chase this YouTube thing. You know what I mean?
You see Jay sitting there quietly nodding, smiling every once in a while, like he ain't shot 18 people.
Exactly. Jay is a ladies' man and a murderer, all wrapped in one. You know what I'm saying? The quiet, the
I've
silent
never done
assassin.
such a thing.
Lies.
My man is the Ben Affleck assassin.
You know what he is? He's Kendrick Lamar. Y'all heard the story with Kendrick Lamar.
That's J-Dot.
Y'all heard the story with Kendrick Lamar Absol, right? Or with my boy Daylight. Daylight wrote one of look, even Sugar agree, 100% facts. Look, this boy Drake, Drake's got writers. He had writers writing his beefs, his diss tracks against Kendrick. Daylight wrote one of the songs. I forgot what song it was. So Daylight wrote one of the songs. He said he's at home and his phone starts ringing. And it's nighttime. And he's like, what the fuck? It's like crack ass. He's like, his crack ass earlier was late. Something like that. But he's like, why the fuck? He said, why is Absol calling me? I don't want to talk to Absol right now. So he ignores it. Then the phone rings again. So now he's like, oh, it must be an emergency. All right. He's like, hey, what up? He's like, I look at the phone. He's like, no lie. He's like, it's K Dot. He said, Dot just sitting on the phone like this. And then hang up.
Oh, that's when he said he knew it was over for Drake.
Yeah. He's like, at that point, I knew it was over. He's like, I knew it was over at that point. He's like, the song, he's like, They Not Like Us hadn't even dropped yet. He called me. He said, when K Dot did that, I knew it was over. Next thing you know, They Not Like Us came out. There you go. The story goes on from there. And I was like, yo, K Dot is diabolical, bro. For you to call it, because him and Daylight cool. A lot of them rappers that's like deep rappers like that, real rappers, they're all cool. So obviously it's dope that he didn't take anything personal against Daylight. But I mean, to call the nigga back with that evil, that evil dark smile, nigga, yeah. Look, Suge said I seen him kill 4 people and then slide into DMs. That's got Jay written all over it. That's That's where all his female viewers come from. Niggas he killed. It's all that's his victims' girlfriends. That's crazy.
Right. He killed them and show up to the funeral for to console them.
Yes. Yes. Dressed in fucking white. Everybody dressed in black. He show up in all white.
Well, dressed in white, got his Ferragamo shoes.
And then
You what?
and then I'm gonna release the doves.
Look at that. Release the look. See? Diabolical.
Appreciate it.
Hey, we all know that, man. We all make sure we stay tight with Jay because he for a little while he's going crazy in the comment section. LBHT videos, Hendo videos, coach videos. He was just going crazy. He was like, yo, Jay, when you going
that
violent?
I own up to. I wouldn't say violent. Let's just say some days I'll go through if there's like if the door is open, sometimes I might peep my peeky toe in there. Some days I'll just dive right through and say fuck it.
Yeah, Jay, you right, Jay. We gotta fix that. Can't necessarily say those words on here. I be forgetting how YouTube be tripping. YouTube, greatest platform in the world, by the way.
I mean, there's been well, they're bigger names and probably monetized by now, dropping all sorts of. I know. You're right. We try to get the money. I try to get the money. I'm trying to get the money. Yeah, I guess clean up my image.
We're trying to get to the bag. Supposedly, them channels get to the bag though. Still,
and Jay still got that smile, that diabolical smile. Like, yeah, I'm gonna clean it up.
Right? I noticed it too. I wasn't trying to say that though, because I ain't want to take them off. I'm pointing it out. I ain't want to take them off because that'll be the day. He'll sit right there. Somehow I'll disappear off the screen. Miles and miles and miles apart. You know what I'm saying? It take what?
Hey, look.
It take like 3 days.
Look, I'm gonna survive. Look, I got this fresh batch of mumbo sauce.
See, I can't even. I don't know about anything. I could fair trade.
No, but that video you showed me, I do gotta try one of those places. Well, I got visited first and try one of those places though, because that first one looked dope. What was it called? Eddie's somebody.
No, that is not too far from where my mama lives. So next time I go over there, I'm about to get me one.
Hey,
all right,
fellas, we've cracked 2 hours. We're not supposed to do that.
2 hours without complaining.
2 hours without a single complaint. That's crazy. I don't know if you're throwing shots there, but I ain't a part of it. If y'all listening, I'm not a part of that. All right. You know exactly who he talking about. Jay want all the smoke. I want none of the smoke. All right. That's all I'm saying.
It's your stream, so you get hours.
2 hours. Look, that's because that's what you was aiming for anyway. All right, we know that's what you aim for. You like to prolong the stream as long as possible. But I know personally, I'm off tomorrow, so it was okay by me. You fellas, I know, gotta get up.
He gonna forget to tag us in the stream, ain't he, Jay?
That's good. Cause look, I'm gonna drop a. I'll wait to the outros.
Listen.
Now the question is, can we get him to follow up and drop them shorts? Which he never do.
Jay about to go get on Twitch. Jay about to go get on Twitch. That's what he about to do.
On that Twitch and switch the game up, ain't
he? Yep. He about to get on Twitch, turn to Jay Smooth. The change up is crazy.
Let me re-download Twitch so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, go down. You got to download it, bro, because my boy get on Twitch and be Jay Smooth in that mug.
I'm gonna be saying that for the first 10 minutes.
You know the ladies call them twitchy fingers.
My boy be like, this BJ. I swear to you, this BJ. Yeah, thanks for the love, Kay. I appreciate you. I'm like, Where did Barry White come from?
Right.
I can't be Keith Sweat. Why I gotta be Barry White?
Because you use the Barry White voice.
Crazy.
The Keith Sweat voice be
Be
high.
crazy. Look, she know it's true too. Look. My boy be with the mean switch up. I'm like, Jay, this dude's in here too, bro. Don't be sweet talking my ears, bro.
I want my ears tingling.
You know what I'm saying? No Diddy, homie. No Diddy. You be tripping.
See over there with the way the audio is set up on the PS5s, right?
The audio setup. The way the audio set up, right? It automatically does that. I turn it on and I turn to Barry White.
If you ain't never heard what had happened was.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, fellas, I appreciate y'all. It's been a great stream. Y'all not gonna trick me into stretching this out to 3 hours. J6.
Let me see. I gotta learn how to rework Twitch. I'm getting old, boy.
Hold on. I'll link it. I'll send you the link.
There is no link to be sent, bro. Just type in the name you see right there.
And there you see it, folks. There you see that
235 followers. Okay.
That quick, you see the evil side of Jay. Jay just snapped on us for no reason. I'm like, I'll send you the link. He's like, there is no link to be sent. Just type in J6.
There is no link. That's why I say J6 on everything, bro.
Why
you say for itself? I'm married, sir. I'm not trying to take none of the girls in the chat. Do not worry.
Why is that man angry? Is what I need to know. Like, you ain't have to snap on us just because I was being nice and saying I'll send a link. Dang.
Look, Jay trying to protect his flock.
He's about to hit me with a Mortal Kombat finishing move, like for no reason.
He's the shepherd that they want.
That was cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. No reason, Jay. Chill. We getting into that midnight hour. See, he said y'all fucking up my whole thing. I'm supposed to be on Twitch right now. Y'all got me out here doing this nonsense.
Jay just looking like, when's this gonna be over with?
Jay said I had a plan, homie.
I will listen to the story.
Now he blaming you
quite a lot.
He said now I'm blaming you. I was listening to the story. He said if Ghost ain't have a goddamn 25-minute story, I could have been on Twitch.
Right.
I'm saying I was listening to the story though. I was really learning a lot though.
You know what I'm saying? Now he trying to be nice. I was learning a lot though, but y'all get on my goddamn nerves. It's time to go.
I wasn't trying to be there, but I learned something.
I'm not
Barry
a car
J.
person.
White got a show to do.
Look, the only thing about a car
Barry
that I
J.
can
White.
do, look, the only thing I can do is change the oil. That's about it. Everything else, hey man.
Hey man, that's changing the oil. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I could do it too, but I choose not to because the way my parking lot is. But
right,
I'm at a point. I don't do nothing with my cars anymore.
That's because you're in that cold. Once it get cold, I don't even.
It has nothing to do with the cold. It has nothing to do with that.
That radiator leaking, it's gonna leak until it get warm.
It has nothing to do with that. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? Half the time, I mean, you see how hard of a struggle it was for me to get back to streaming because of time. So I definitely ain't got the time to be working on my car, and I don't even my truck, and I don't even drive my truck. It just sits there because I got a work van. So I'm driving my work van all the time, and for that to get fixed, I just take it somewhere and let them fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Getting back to streaming 2 hours strong though.
Facts, but that's because, like I said, my job right now, things are a little slow, so time opened up a little. I'm cutting back to 32 hours a week instead of 40, so get the extra day
you got
off.
time to make some shorts and some edits.
I ain't say all that. All right, I'm trying to learn some other stuff too.
Jay,
you know what I mean?
Just charge them a nice little penny. And you go ahead and do it for them. You know what I mean? Tell them break bread.
I'm
actually,
I'm
fine with that too.
Good myself, bro.
I'm fine with that too, because I'm gonna be honest with you. The only way I do it is I just go on to YouTube and I just do little clips and then I'll post them as shorts. So I'll probably
I just
do
let
that.
my look. I just
I'll
let
probably do
like
that tomorrow.
I just let the creativity take control. I don't know what I'm doing.
This man know exactly what he doing though. The lies is
No, I don't.
crazy. You can't put out 2, 3, 4 finely edited videos in a row. And
Oh,
they be
you
like,
don't
nah, I
know.
don't know what I'm doing.
Crazy. I don't know
I don't know what I'm
drop on
doing.
the same day because it's gonna make me look bad.
Hey, Jay, listen. If you just didn't want to edit one of our videos, that's all you had to say, bro. Like, you ain't have to do the whole, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, we ain't stupid.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like for me, I wish my shit looked like coaches, like Hendos, like LBHC. I wish.
Jay said, "What is a big three? Is big me."
On that note, we out, y'all. I'm letting this man go do his Twitch stream because he turned it violent. All right, so I'm letting him go do his Twitch stream. All right, be waiting for him there.
I gotta go to bed.
Oh, now you gotta go to bed. I said that before.
Oh, he gonna take him to bed.
He gonna stream from his bed.
They'll watch him play Royal Match on his phone. They don't care as long as it's Jay.
On my phone, I have never done that, but that is an idea for the future.
So, baby, watch me lean back on this pillow and play this game.
I want to say hello. That boy Jay get more views on Twitch than I did. I could do a 2-hour show. This man do 5 minutes. Got more views than I got on the whole damn 2-hour show. Hey, I love it.
He got more followers on Twitch than both of us combined on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, man.
On YouTube, on YouTube, look, y'all beat me on YouTube though.
Beat both of us with your Twitch numbers.
That's only because you just started your YouTube channel, like really focusing on it. That's the only reason why.
And plus, I don't promote myself because I don't care to.
Exactly. That Twitch though, you be on that thing.
That's my natural state.
Killing it too.
You know what it is? They be hearing his fingers hit the pad so fast, they're like, "Ooh, I wonder what he can do with them fingers in real life."
Crazy word.
Crazy work. Crazy work. Oh man, that was diabolical. Hey, well, we gonna leave y'all on that note. Mr. Ghost, you want to tell them where they can find you, sir?
A6 Ghost, YouTube.com. Anywhere where good food is.
What about you, Mr. J? Like we don't already know.
No, man. J6 on, like I'll say it again, J6 on everything I do. So you don't need to look up a link. Type the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7 characters you see before you. And there you'll have me on where there's Switch. I gotta pay more attention to TikTok. I'm trying to do this YouTube thing. I guess take it more serious. Matter of fact, yeah, that too. Where I just be saying all types of nonsense. But shortly after this live ends, I will be dropping the video. No, I will be dropping the video. I would drop it tomorrow, but out of respect of Mr. Ghost here, I will drop it or either tonight or in the wee hours of the morning where nobody pays attention or they already sleep. So,
you know what? You can drop it early.
Like you do with your Twitch streams, right?
And then just mention my name at the end. So when my video come out at 6 p.m., they'll think about me. I'm
gonna do a sit
on his Twitch stream. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do some advertisement on Jay's Twitch stream.
Do it. Do it. Views will go up big time.
Views go up, my merch will start selling.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, I done gave up on the merch. I forgot
I even got merch.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I do it for feel like when I look back at my outro, I'm thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, that thing's still there.
Eat, Game, Sleep is my newest T-shirt I came out with. Jay, I might have to send you one so you can put it on your Twitch stream. You know what I'm saying? Get that bit selling. All right, Eat, Game, Sleep. Check me out.
Listen, y'all don't listen to these people. They don't pay attention to me on Twitch. So I just try to support everybody, and they come support me. That's how that works. It's not because of my personality.
Hey, man,
it's not because of anything I do.
It is,
just
but
like support
I hear
people.
that. I hear that. Same here, man. Same here. You see, everybody that come in, I show them support. I show them love. Same thing.
They said Jay is Hemi.
Oh man. So we all right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. It's been a great one, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Peace.